What's up, guys? We are live and we are here for a pretty good card this Saturday. We got UFC Brasilia, we got Charles Do Bronx versus Kevin Lee, and it's a really good card. I actually think it might be one of the best cards we've seen this year. And it's on ESPN Plus. I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now with the whole coronavirus, but we're still getting UFC, and I'm glad that we're still going to get it, even though it might be a little weird this week, even though we have no fans there. It's going to be, pretty quiet in there, but I'm pretty excited about this. Let me see real quick if I don't think I put on Twitter that I went live, but yeah, great card last week. Not hold on real quick, guys. Not the best week. I mean, I got smoked last week. It was definitely a really bad week. Um, yeah, so lost on Close lost on the Leech, and I also lost on Max Griffin. Max Griffin fight was close. I mean, I think it was a really close fight. Is what it is. The Leech got embarrassed. I'm never betting him again. I mean, betting him at Juice or betting him outside of China's, yeah, that's not happening. And then betting the Close fight. I mean, Close, yeah, I mean, he got really wild. So, but yeah, so let's see. The main event, very lackluster. Izzy got the win. The co-main event is one of the best fights I've ever seen. Zayway or we got the win. We talked about Benny got the KO. Magny dominated. Oliveira got a close decision. O'Malley got a pretty nice finish. Madsen got a win, but I think he was hurt in the fight. Um, Safarov hurt Vieira, but then got the loss against a really good fighter in Vieira. I think Vieira is definitely going to win a good amount of fights in the division. But yeah, I do think that he'll get faded though for sure when he fights you know good competition. Um, GM3 got a win over Darren Wynn. Duran Wynn, that was a good win. Chikazi versus Emmers, and then Baccarat versus Canetti. I'll probably drop the big news that I have in a little bit when I see more people in the chat. I don't think a lot of people know that I'm live right now. I just put it on Twitter, but without further ado, I'm down to dive right into this card. So first fight of the night, we got Veronica Macedo versus Bea Malecki, and this is a pretty interesting fight for the first fight of the night. Malecki's fighting at 135. She's fought a featherweight, I think, her whole career. So she's a lot bigger than Macedo. Macedo's fighting at bantamweight, but she's also fought at she's been, fighting at 125. She fought at bantamweight in her debut against Ashley Evans Smith. Lucky's way bigger than her, but I think Macedo's, the better fighter. I think Macedo has pretty decent striking. She's flashy. She has good kicks. She has a good right hand. She's fast. She's way faster than Lucky. Lucky, is pretty technical. She has a Muay Thai background, but she's pretty green. She's only like what 1-1. Um, she lost to Letson on tough. I think Macedo has a better ground game. I do like he trained at Force MMA. Force MMA is definitely one of the best camps out there. But Macedo's 1-3 in UFC. I mean, she lost to KGB. Um, got dominated, but she had her moments in that fight. Lost to Ashley Evans Smith. Debut short notice of a weight class, and then I think she got hurt in that fight too. And then she lost to Roberson. She had her moments in that fight, and then tapped out Biana. She's a brown belt too. Yeah, I think that she also has a good left hand, good head kick as well. But Bay has a good shin. Both these girls have good shins. I just think Macedo's a better fighter. If you got Maki at pretty big dog odds, it's worth maybe a stab. But I think Macedo's a better fighter, and I think Macedo's going to win a decision here. So I got Veronica Macedo by decision. The next fight we got. Let me check real quick. Bruno Silva versus David Dvorak. I don't think my chat's working right now or something. Something's wrong right now. Let me see. Someone in my chat right now let me know if everything's working correctly. I think my internet's not working or something. Okay, we got David Dvorak versus Bruno Silva. This is my first play of the night. I got the underdog here. I got Dvorak over Bruno Silva. I think Dvorak, he is a pretty good prospect. He is on a 13 fight winning streak. He's a lot bigger than Silva. I know Silva's fought a bantamweight before. Now he's going to flyweight, but Silva's a pretty small bantamweight. He's a good fit for flyweight. Um, I honestly think Dvorak has a big advantage on the feet. I think he has a good jab, a good right hand, great pressure. Uh, now it's working. Okay. Anyways, I'll keep it right now, just so it's because it's working. But what's up, Trent May? Yeah, so I do think that Dvorak has a better striking. Silva has pretty good grappling. He has a lot of his wins by you know, on the ground. He has a good chin. Actually, he does not have a good chin. I don't know why I just said that. He got hurt his last fight against and I know he trains with Sam shoot and all that stuff, but I mean he's been tapped out 3 times too. And Dvorak has a pretty good ground game, so I'm gonna go with Dvorak. I think that he has more ways to win. I think that he has advantage of the feet, and I think if he hits the mat, I think he has a good body walk too. But I think he can definitely tap out Silva. I know Silva's, whatever, I think a black belt, but I mean, getting tapped out 3 times, I mean, it's definitely a weakness. So I'll go Dvorak with the finish. Next fight we got Ryan Moroz versus Bueno Silva. It's a pretty interesting fight. Um, You got Moroz, who is, pretty decent striker. She has a good jab. She has good pressure. She's 1-0, 125. She's training at American Top Team now. She looked really good against Mazzo. And I do like, Mazzo. And I mean, she looked really good. She went out there and tapped out Roberson, man. I mean, that was a pretty good win. Roberson's no slouch. I like Roberson. And Silva, she's aggressive, dude. I mean, she throws bombs. She has power on the feet. She's undefeated for a reason. I know she's only 6-0 or something like that, but she has good pressure. Finisher. Um, I think she has more power, but I do think the Moroz is more technical. I think Moroz might be looking to take this fight down to the mat. I mean, she has underrated wrestling for sure. She has submissions. I think Silva, obviously has good jiu-jitsu too. So if it hits the mats, that'd be really interesting. I think Moroz might have the better wrestling, but I think Silva has the better jiu-jitsu. And on the feet, I give Moroz, she's more technical. But I do think that Silva has more power, and I do think that Silva has good pressure, and she's aggressive, harder shots. So I'll go with Moroz, or I'm sorry, I'll go with Bueno Silva, and I'll go with a decision. But I actually think this is going to be a pretty interesting fight. Next fight, we got Ronnie Yahya versus Enrique Barzola. This is another good fight. I'm glad that Barzola is finally dropping to 135. I think that he should have been there a long time ago. He actually looked really good against Movsar Evloev last fight. I thought it was a really close fight. I thought it could have got either way. I mean, he should be 7-2 in the UFC right now. I mean, he's 6-3, but obviously we all know he beat what's his face? Was it Boschinack? Yeah, the Boschinack fight. He has really good movement. He has good striking. He has a way better striking than Yaya. Yaya is no slouch. I mean, he's not a jobber by any means. He's a good fighter. He has a good record. He's 11-4 in the UFC. He's 6-2 in his last 8. Um, Great grappler, great ground game, legit on the mat, good jab. His striking is actually not that bad either. He slows down. He's tough. I mean, he has a good chin for sure. I just think Barzola is way faster than him. I think Barzola has a really good jab. You know, um, like I mentioned, just so much faster, and the movements gonna frustrate him. Good straight left. I think Barzola's gonna just go to work on the feet. I think Barzola has good wrestling. He could probably take down Yahya if he wanted to, but could take down defense too. I mean, he's only been taken down I think 2 fights. The Mobs are fight, and I think who was it that took him down? Was it Moffitt? Maybe once. But I mean, those are big dudes over at 45, you know. So I'm gonna go Barzola. I think he's really gonna hurt Rani bad, and put a beating on him. I think he'll get either a late finish or a decision because Yahya is a tough dude. So next fight. Now the chat I think is working because we have more people in here. We got Zaleski versus Kunchenko. This is an interesting fight. I mean, Zaleski really just didn't look that good against Leach. It's kind of interesting because I mean, Leach looked so bad against Magny, so I don't know what's up with there. Kunchenko let me down versus Gilbert Burns. These are two strikers. This is going to be a striker versus striker matchup. I think Kunchenko is a technical guy. I think that he's a point fighter. He has good striking, he has good jab, he has good hands. But Zaleski's a brawler. Zaleski has good striking too. I think Zaleski has a better ground game. I think he could actually get down Kunchenko, and it's going to be tough. Kunchenko's going to take down the fence, but I think Zaleski has a better cardio too. Kunchenko slows down, um, and I mean they both have really good chins. Zaleski has um, really good capoeira, really good kicks, really good hands. He's good pressure. I still think he's a good fighter, even though he lost to the Leech. He just got knocked out though, so we'll see how his chin is. He's always been known for a good chin. He's been a tough guy. So I'm gonna go with Zaleski here. I'm gonna go with a decision over Kunchenko, but I'm not that confident. And I know Zaleski's been finishing a lot of guys too in this win, so I'll go with Zaleski. But yeah, I'm not touching it. Next fight, we got Random Markos versus Amanda Ribas. Amanda Ribas is probably one of the hottest girls in the UFC. Um, I like her. All right, guys, we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. Next time, I'm at my parents' house right now, so that's why it's a little different than what I would do my videos. But next time, I'll do it out in the living room. But I have some news we'll talk about. We'll talk about that later, though. So back on the matchup, I think that Markos is on the decline. I do think that she's a tough fighter, though. She had a really close fight with the Yoder. I just think Ribas is better, man, everywhere the fight goes. I do think that Markos is a dog. I think that she could show up in this fight. The line's, pretty off, but I just think Ribas is a really good fighter. So I'm gonna go with Ribas with a decision. Next fight, we got Formiga versus Moreno. This is my second play of the night. I have 3 plays of the night. They're all dogs. I got um, Marino, I got him at so I didn't even mention anything. I don't think my odds. So my first bet is on Dvorak. I think I have 3 units at plus 100, I believe. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, I do. 3 units at plus 100. And then Moreno is 3-2 plus 155. So in this matchup, I think Formiga is a good fighter. I mean, obviously, he's been around for a long time. He's been KO'd what, 3 times. I mean, he's a little shinny for sure. But I mean, he's a gatekeeper. He's 23-6. He's a good grappler, striker. He's improved a lot. He's won 4 of his last fights. The fight with Davidson, he beat him with the grappling. Moreno is a really good kid. I mean, 3-fight winning streak, good fighter, good striking, good grappling, good jiu-jitsu. I think that he can get taken down. Ashraf took him down. I think for me, he can take him down. But I mean, that's Moreno's world. I mean, he's so good on the mat. He's going to be, scrambling, good jiu-jitsu. I think that this fight's going to play out on the feet. And I do think that Moreno's better on the feet. I think he's faster. Hard. I think that he's more technical for me. Great for the cardio of Moreno's going to frustrate Formiga. And I think his best performance was the last fight against Kai Kara France. I mean, he looked really good in that fight. And I'm not sitting here saying Formiga's, shot or anything, but I do think that he's slowing down. I do think he's on the way out. I know he's won 4 of his last 5 fights. He just beat Formiga 2 fights ago. I'm sorry, Figueroa, but Joe B just knocked him out. I mean, Moreno's has been showing some crazy power, man. So I do think that Brandon Moreno is going to get the job done, and I think he's going to get a finish here. So I got Brandon Moreno. I'm going to go. So next fight, we got Francisco Trinaldo versus John Makdessi. This is a pretty quick cut fight in my opinion. I think Trinaldo, that he has a better striker. I don't think Makdessi's that good. I know he's trained MMA Lab now. He has a bad chin. He slows down. Trinaldo is a good striker. Trinaldo's definitely slowing down though too. He's definitely in the decline. He's older. Um, you know, Trinaldo, I don't think Makdessi can go out there and take him down or anything. I think Trinaldo, that's his weakness, getting taken down, and he slows down. But on the feet, I got to give the power advantage to Ronaldo. I think he's more technical. He has good kicks. Makdessi's just not. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think he's that good. So I'm gonna go with Ronaldo with the decision or a finish. Johnny Walker versus Krylov. The next fight is a crazy fight. I mean, this is actually a pretty close fight, honestly. Um, my I don't know. My thoughts on this fight is that Johnny Walker. I don't think he's a fraud like a lot of people do. He's 3-1 UFC. I mean, he's a better striker here. I think his movement is going to frustrate Krylov. I think Krylov is also a good fighter. I like both of these guys. He has the advantage on the mat for sure. He needs to go out there and take this fight down on the mat because he has a big advantage on the mat. He has good grappling, good jiu-jitsu. He went out there and just, took down Glover multiple times and almost choked him out. That would have been a freaking legit win in his cap. But yeah, both these guys slow down for sure. Krylov slows down on the feet. He has good head kicks, but um, yeah, I mean, he's a little chinny. I mean, Johnny Walker's chinny. Both these guys are chinny. Johnny Walker's been knocked out 3 times. Kryle's only been knocked out once, but he's been hurt. I mean, Misha hurt him. Glover hurt him. I don't like the way that he was reacting on the feet to Glover to share in that fight. I think Walker is just so much faster on the feet, and I think Walker just has way better. He's so much faster than Krylov. I mean, really good spinning technique, good kicks, good knees, good hands. I think Walker has a big advantage here on the feet, but I do think that Krylov has good striking. I think Krylov could definitely catch him because Walker is shinny for sure, but I do think Krylov is too. So I got Walker has a big advantage on the feet. On the mat, I give Krylov the advantage for sure if it hits the mat. But I think it's going to be pretty tough for Krylov to get him down. I think he could get him down, but as long as the last on the feet, it's going to be a banger. But I'm going to go with Walker, and I like Krylov a lot. Both these guys are 2 guys that I like a lot. I mean, I want to sit here and say it goes to decision all 3 rounds, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I think out of these 2 guys, only one fight has been to a decision in like 40 or something like that, maybe even more. I mean, Krylov, and so definitely more like 50. Maybe go with Walker with the finish, but Krylov's alive for sure. Next fight, we got Moicano versus Damir Hadzovich. This is an interesting fight. I was thinking about playing Damir here, but I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not that confident in him. But I'm going to pick him. Not a lot of people are probably going to pick him. I'm going to pick Damir. I think Moicano's a better fighter. I really do. I think he's a better fighter wherever the fight goes. I think that moving up to 155, might be good for him. We'll see how it is. I just don't trust his chin. I mean, he's been knocked out 2 times the last 2 fights. against two really good guys at 45. Now he's, going to 55. He's fighting, a heavy hitter in Damir. Damir's definitely not, he's definitely towards probably the middle, maybe a little below the middle, He's, 13-5, 3-3 in the UFC. He has a good chin, he has power, he goes forward, he's tough. He doesn't have the best takedown defense, but he can get up for sure. He has a good get up game. McConnell has the better wrestling. McConnell is more technical than him, but I do think Damir has more power. So obviously, Damir, you can say is KO or bust. Damir has good cardio too. McConnell has good cardio. McConnell just has a really bad chin. He has, bad tall man's defense, and I mean, he has a good right hand. He has good kicks. Like I mentioned, he's better wherever the fight goes. But I just think the power, and I think that the chin of Moicano is just not that good, and the power of Damir is good. So he has a good right hand. He has really good pressure, and I'm gonna go with Damir for the upset. I'm not betting him if he wins. I'm gonna be pissed, but I got Damir. Co-main event, we got Damian Maia versus Gilbert Burns. Very interesting fight. I think that Damian Maia is a good fighter. I really do. I think that he is one of those fighters that always gets counted out. I bet him versus Ben Askren. It was a good W right there for Damian Maia. He's his way out. Like, he's an old dude. He's still one of the best guys, man, in the division. He's tough to beat for sure. This is a tough matchup, though. I feel like this is for both guys because Gilbert Burns is improving a lot. Gilbert Burns definitely is a better striker. He has more power. We all know that. Great right hand. My strike has improved a lot, but it's not better than Gilbert Burns. So I got Burns on the edge and the feet. Maia has the better wrestling. I think that he could definitely take down Burns, but Burns has a good ground game. I think, could Burns take down Maia? Yeah, probably could. I just feel like Maia has better wrestling. I think Burns has a better jiu-jitsu off his back. But if Maia gets him down on top, Maia's, I think it's tough, man. Maia could definitely tap out Gilbert Burns. I think Maia on top has better jiu-jitsu, but if Burns, takes him down, I don't know if Maia's going to be able to tap him off his back. So very interesting fight. Both these guys have great ground games. Maia's a wizard. He gasses out. That's his thing. In the third round, but Burns gasses out too. That's what I just realized. Both these guys gas out in the third round. So I want to pick Maia. I really do. I think he's live. I definitely think he's up for he can get an upset, but I'm just gonna go with Burns just because I think he's a better striker. I think this fight's gonna be on the feet most of it, so I'll go with Burns with a close decision. But it wouldn't surprise me if Maia got the win. Next fight, main event, we got Charles Do Bronx versus Kevin Lee. It's my third bet of the night. We got Do Bronx 3 units on plus 120, I believe. Let me check real quick. Okay, yeah, so plus 120. So this matchup is really interesting. It really is. I think that Charles Do Bronx is only looking better every fight. I know a lot of people are criticizing all the wins he's getting. He's on a 6-fight winning streak. Obviously, all those guys are not on Kevin Lee's level. I think the best win was probably against Tamer. But this is the way he finished Tamer. Tamer's a good fighter, and we're not there. And he got dropped. And I mean, in the past, if he would have got dropped, he would have quit because Do Bronx is known to quit in the past for sure. But he's looked really good. Since the Felder fight, that was a long time ago. Um, it's not 2015. I don't know, but it was. He looked really good in that fight, and then he quit. But then again, 6-fight winning streak. Okay, the last 3-4 years, he's been looking really, really, really good. I think that he's actually, honestly, has better striking than Kevin Lee. I think Kevin Lee, his striking is improving a lot, but I think Oliveira has more tools in the feet. I think Oliveira has really, really good pressure. A great jab, good hands, good kicks, good knees. I think just the forward pressure is going to frustrate Kevin Lee. A lot of people are saying he has bad cardio. Both these guys slowed down. So, don't sit here and say that the Bronx has terrible cardio. Kevin Lee slows down a lot, and Kevin Lee can break too. Obviously, Lee has the better wrestling, but I do think that the Bronx has a better jiu-jitsu. If Kevin Lee gets on top, then I do think he can win. Obviously, he can pound out the Bronx and make him quit. But I think if the Bronx gets on top, Kevin Lee's in trouble, and he can definitely tap out Kevin Lee. I just think that Do Bronx has more ways to win. I mean, he has the better ground game. I think he has the better striking. I think that he's been proving a lot every fight. I think Kevin Lee's a good fighter too. I really do. But I do think he's chinny. I mean, both these guys are chinny. Let's be real. Kevin Lee, has a good jab. Um, obviously the good head kicks. He knocked out Gregor Wesley, and that was a really good fight. But I mean, he lost 3 of his last 5 fights. Gregor was winning that fight too. So don't forget about that. And both these guys slow down, like I mentioned. But I just don't think Kevin Lee should take the fight down on the mat, because even if he does, I think he's in trouble. And Do Bronx is a wizard on the mat, man. So, and another thing I want to say too is a lot of Do Bronx's, like, his last losses, like he lost to Lamas, he lost to Pettis, he lost to Max. All those were at 145. So I mean, the Felder fight was 155, but I mean he's been killing guys, man. 155. He's only been knocked out 3 times as well, and they were all Cowboy Cerrone 55 a long time ago was a submission, Pez submission. So Cub fight was 45. That was a long time ago too, long time ago. Great right hand for Do Bronx. So I do think Do Bronx is the better striker. Like I mentioned, he has more tools. I think Kevin Lee has a good jab and good kicks, but he gets backed up a lot in his fights, and I don't think he has the best hands either. I really don't. So I like Do Bronx striking game. I like the forward pressure. I like the jab. I like the right hand. I like the kicks. I like the knees up the middle. I like the ground game. Wizard on the mat. Kevin Lee's been tapped out before, um, twice actually. He's been knocked out as well. So I mean, Kevin Lee has power though on the feet. He does. But I'm gonna go to Bronx. And I think the later the fight goes to, I mean, you can't just sit here and say, "Oh, Kevin Lee," because he's been 5 rounds and all that stuff. I mean, let's be honest, both these guys slowed down. I know we haven't seen the Bronx go that far, but I mean, the later the fight goes, let's say fart, the later the fight goes, maybe you probably have to give the advantage here and be surprised if the Bronx, wins this fight later either. But I do think that the Bronx is going to get it done early, so I'm going to go to the Bronx with a first round finish. I think he's going to get Kevin Lee out of there. I think he's going to drop him, and right when he drops Kevin Lee, he's going to pounce on him, get that neck. So, yeah, apologize for technical difficulties. Something's been up in my chat. Let me read my comments real quick. What's up, Turn Up May? What's up, Eric Raymond? Should I go get some donuts? Yes, you should. Ryan Yazova at work. Ryan Kunchenko's off the roids these days. Turn up, stream froze. It did. Next time I do this, I'm going to do it in the living room. But things are changing soon. So that's my big news I wanted to say. I'm officially moving to Vegas, so I'm actually moving. I think the first week of April, I got a job. I got corrections in Vegas. I just got hired yesterday, so that's the big news right there. So I'm excited. My own, I'm really excited. Definitely gonna be doing a lot of videos with we'll be linking up a lot and doing a lot of videos and probably watching all the fights together and stuff. So I'm excited, man. I've been chasing this dream for a long time. I got my bachelor's in criminal justice about a year ago, and I'm finally in this career. So I'm excited, and don't think that I'm gonna forget about UFC. It's still a hobby. I'm always gonna be doing my prediction videos and betting and all that stuff. So that's the big news I was talking about. So, yeah, I think someone said that the big news was me. What? What did someone say? Someone said that I forgot what it was, but it's just a joke. But yeah. So 3 dog bets. I got Moreno, Assassin Baby, Do Bronx, and Dvorak, and we'll be back next week. And later, guys.